Hello and welcome to Anime Fight Wrestling. Guess what? We got an anime fight, dude! That's right, Skinny Arm Steve will be defending his championship against Saitama, Calvin Steam, Gojo, and Sanji. I hope I didn't say his name already. That guy there. This will be a 5-man elimination match, and to really mimic an anime fight, we've flooded this virtual city. For legal reasons, no virtual citizens were harmed in the making of this video. And we've littered the streets with dynamite, because what kind of an anime fight would it be if there weren't explosions? As you can see, Gojo just catapults Calvin Steam. Sanji and Saitama are fighting off-screen. Another off-screen fight. Meow, meow, meow. And Skinny Arm Steve is currently hiding on top of a vending machine. Did Gojo's head just hit a... Yeah, it hit a briefcase, huh? One of these men will walk out with the prestigious mid-card championship as Gojo and his translucent hair. I think it's... since recording this, I've recorded a bunch of other stuff. I'm pretty sure his hair is like that due just to a weird interaction between him and the water. Just if you're curious about that, that's, I think, what's going on here. But so far, Gojo tackling Calvin Steam into the water, and once again, Skinny Arm Steve kind of taking a backseat just watching the fight go on, and I gotta say, that's not a bad idea. You know, a lot of these guys are super powerful fighters. Of course, this should go without saying, but just in case, Gojo's Infinity has been outlawed, because that would kind of invalidate his whole career as a wrestler. But yeah, Skinny Arm Steve hiding out, biding his time, waiting for the right time to strike, I think is a smart idea. As you can see, Sanji and Saitama were fighting fists versus kicks, and actually now Saitama with a Thez press to Gojo. Gojo able to roll out of it though, and Steam is eyeing down Skinny Arm Steve. Calvin Steam and Skinny Arm Steve are two people with history. Those two men, actually Steve is champion because he defeated Calvin Steam. So I gotta tell you, this is a perfect chance for Steam to get some revenge as Sanji just hits two beautiful, looking like a helicopter kick. What a move. Oh, look at that! Skinny Arm Steve with a hip top into a park bench, causing an explosion. That is the power of Skinny Arm Steve. Neckbreaker by Saitama to Steam. Now the real question here, who will be the first person eliminated? Now, I gotta tell you, with the way Saitama is attacking Calvin Steam there, my bet is I think Steam might be the first one to get eliminated. He doesn't have the same sort of fighting power as an anime character, so you know, these attacks are gonna do a lot more damage to him than they would, let's say, to another character from anime. However, that was quite the maneuver. I was gonna say pulled off by Steam, but actually I think Gojo's the one that pulled off that move. Look at that though, Steam had Sanji in a crossface, Gojo kinda taking that submission away though, and now has Sanji in a rear naked choke. Will we see a submission here? Sanji struggling. And he's trapped in. Hang on a second, he rolls through. Now he has Gojo in a knee bar. Will this be it for Gojo? And hang on, Saitama has Calvin Steam, and it was originally a chicken wing, but he turns that to, I believe that move is called cattle mutilation? I think that's the name. Oh, and now Steam is in side control. Gojo is trapped in that knee bar. I think this is going to be it for Gojo. I think Saitama might have eliminated Gojo, the honored one, making him the first eliminated in this match. Not exactly a result I expected, but hey, I mean, that's the unexpected nature of wrestling. Oh, look at that. Saitama had Steam in a sort of a vice grip move, but the referee distracted with Sanji and Gojo, therefore unable to call that submission, that tap out by Calvin Steam. Though come to think of it, I don't even think submissions are a legal decision in this match. Gojo's trapped, my goodness. And look at that, Gojo passing out to the pain momentarily, but that was just enough. Gojo is the first eliminated, as Calvin Steam, as Skinny Arm Steve, originally in a straight armbar, but now sort of smothering him with a rubber chicken. Yes, that's a sentence I actually said without any sense of irony. Sanji now fighting Saitama again. I gotta tell you, when these two have been kind of rivals through this entire match, you know, as the competitors have fought with the other guys like Gojo. I mean, Sanji eliminated Gojo, Skinny Arm Steve, and Calvin Steam. It seems like Sanji and Saitama always come back to each other. Sanji having, I believe, some sort of some shoulder lock in on Sanji, as Calvin Steam and Skinny Arm Steve are now fighting each other again, trying to, I'd imagine Steam is trying to get a measure of revenge against Steve. However, Steve is able to eliminate Steam right there, as a vertical suplex happens between Saitama and Sanji. So we are down to 3 now. One of these 3 men, as an explosion happens from an attempted German suplex, one of these 3 men will walk out the champion. Will Skinny Arm Steve retain, or will Saitama or Sanji win the championship? I will say Sanji's taken a lot of damage. Saitama and Skinny Arm Steve, interestingly enough, are sort of currently dead even as far as how much damage they've taken. Now, in a match like this, it's important to understand that, you know, raw power isn't the be-all, end-all. As you can see, Saitama just triggered an explosion underneath him, taking some more damage. You know, through use of the stage's hazards. That is how a otherwise weaker opponent may walk out the victor and the new / retained champion. Stunner by Skinny Arm Steve to Saitama. Again, one of these men will walk out the champion, and I gotta say, as Steve plays Moonlight Sonata on that piano, if I'm in this match, if I'm Steve or if I'm Sanji, I'm trying to team up against Saitama, as Steve locks Saitama in a sort of unicorn hold there, or would that be a narwhal hold? Because it kind of has a more fish-like appearance in all the water. Regardless, if I was one of the competitors, I would try and team up against Saitama. Saitama, a man known for being able to defeat most opponents in a single punch. That is someone you want to eliminate as soon as possible. Oh, look at that, Saitama catching Steve and hitting a razor's edge. And Sanji, I think, is is weakened from all the damage taken in this match. He was appeared to be dizzy and dazed there for a moment. Referee's now checking on Saitama. Skinny Arm Steve once again kind of backing up, trying to stay out of it. But I think Sanji, well, I was going to say Sanji's taken notice, but forget that. Hang on, I think Steve's going for Sanji. Again, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that strategy. I guess Steve confident in his abilities to take down Saitama, so he's going after Sanji, someone that's taken a lot of damage and might be moments away from being eliminated. Sanji, though, having Steve in a side headlock, trying to maybe have him pass out, but having to let go, probably losing his grip. I mean, that is the added effect of the water. I don't know what that was, but it looked cool. Oh no, look at that! Saitama with an explosive punch to Skinny Arm Steve. I think if the referee checks on him, he might be out. Or not. Oh, but he's out now for sure after that German suplex. And Sanji bashing Saitama's head. It is now down to Sanji versus Saitama. Kicks versus fists. Enziguri by Sanji. Saitama trying to get up, however, Sanji with a leg drop. Sanji now, if he wants to beat Saitama, this is the best chance he's got. He's taking a lot of damage. He needs to go relentless with his offense to have a chance of walking out the new champion. But with Steve eliminated, it guarantees a new champion. Kicks laid in. Look at that neck breaker. So much so it caused time itself to glitch. Both men having trouble getting to their feet. Look at this. Saitama with Sanji. Rear naked choke. But Sanji able to escape, applying his own choke. Will this be it? Will Saitama pass out from this maneuver? Saitama is trapped. This might be it, but as soon as I say that, Sanji decides to let go. Double clothesline collision. Straight armbar. Oh, and the cameraman is behind a pole. This might be it for Sanji. Saitama laying in these thunderous shots. But hang on, Sanji gets out of it. And Saitama's out cold. Sanji's the new champion. Blackleg Sanji taking home the gold for the Straw Hats. And that's going to do it for this episode. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe for more action like this, and until next time, this is Valentine signing off.